Welcome to the BA Coaches Show, where we talk all things Nebraska sports all the time. Interviews, breakdowns, rants, and more. Expect it all from the Nebraska diehard, Coach Ben Audi. Make sure you click the like, subscribe, or follow button and enjoy this conversation about our beloved Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Sorry, I was muted. Wake up, people. It is freaking game day. It's time to get this monkey off of our back. Shout out Husker Jake. First comment of the day. Can you guys hear me okay? If you are listening to this, leave me some sort of comment. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right. I'm sitting here in Lincoln, Nebraska today. I'm currently looking at all good, sweet. Appreciate you. I am currently sitting here looking at beautiful Memorial Stadium. It is right outside the window right here. I'm feeling really good. I feel like today is going to be the day. I've already decided no matter what ends up happening today, I'm going to be crying in a few hours. I just don't know if it's going to be happy tears or it's going to be sad, pissed off tears, right? But we know that I'll be crying today. We just don't know how it's going to go. All seriousness, I actually do feel pretty good about the game today. I really, really do. At the beginning of the week, I was starting to be nervous just because that's how it goes. And normally throughout the week, I kind of get uneasy, kind of nervous about some things. But this week, the closer we get to game day, the closer we get to game time, I'm feeling more and more confident like we're going to go get one today. I really do feel that way. I feel like today has got to be the day. This isn't necessarily like, oh, if you don't win today, you're not going to, but like, hey man, if you're not going to win today, which one are you going to go win? And I feel really confident about this one. And honestly, it's not even because I think UCLA is that bad. I don't think UCLA is good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think UCLA is a good team, but I feel like our boys and our coaches are going to respond fantastically. So, we didn't do an episode this week just because I'll be real. I was with my kids and I was sick throughout the week, just real bad sick, and I didn't have a voice. And I almost recorded one like late at night the other night, but then I was just, again, not feeling well at all. So then I decided, you know what? I'm going to be sitting here. I'm in my brother's apartment in Lincoln. I'm going to be going to tailgate here once the stream's done. So I kind of figured, hey, man, why not just go live? Why not do this, talking live? I always do my shows kind of in one take anyway, and I don't really plan them out very much anyway. So I figured, why not just do it live? Can have some live interaction with the fans. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. If you're watching on – actually, it wasn't letting me go live on Facebook for some reason, so I don't know what's up with that, but – I'm live on YouTube and Twitter right now. So, yeah, we can go ahead. I got to put a little scroll on the bottom up. Yeah, looks good. Got the little live scroller up, but we can talk a little bit of the Ohio State game because I have not done that yet. I've not had very much discussion about it. So we kind of want to go through that real quick. I got quick film breakdown that I'm going to play for you guys. It's the same film breakdown that was on Generation Red. So if you checked out Gen Red, great Husker podcast out there. If you check them out on Tuesday, it's the same film breakdown. Like I said, with me being sick, I didn't have time to really do a whole bunch of different film breakdown. We're going to talk some X's and O's today because, oh boy, you guys know me being an offensive-minded coach. I have not been thrilled. So let's talk Ohio State. I honestly, no BS here, was happy with that game. I was happy the way the boys rebounded. I really was. I've been saying it all week. I've been commenting it in people's live streams. Everyone I've been texting, I've been saying this. I don't think I will truly know how I feel about the Ohio State game until I watch those boys play over there today. I'll be real. I think that is when I will know in my heart how I feel about that game. Yes, sir. Husker Army. It's time to get bowl eligible today. I feel like today is the day. Only thing I haven't decided yet is I've been saying this since I was 18. Okay. You guys have to remember I'm fairly young. So the Huskers have not made a bowl game since I was in high school. So I've been saying that when the Huskers make a bowl game, I'm getting a tattoo of the Nebraska N right on my bicep. I don't know whether I'm making that appointment for like this week or if I'm waiting until bowl season. That's all I'm saying. But once we get bowl eligible, and I feel like today is going to be the day. But like I was saying, I really was happy with how the boys rebounded, but I want to see if that's actually going to translate. I don't want it to be a one-off because how many times have we seen under previous coaching regimes we would get beat by a really bad team? And I'm not saying Indiana's a bad team. I'm just saying like we got beat really bad, right? We got beaten bad. We looked like a bad team that day. And then all of a sudden we go compete with one of the top teams in the nation. But then the next week we go and lose again, right? So like we cannot lose today. At this point, I will be real with you. I don't care if we win by 1 point off a technicality. The boys got to find a way to win today. You know what I mean? Like they've got to find a way to win. And I feel truly like that's going to happen. Now, when we talk about this Ohio State game, a few things, I'll be real, got to come to my mind. Holy cow. The screens and swing passes. My Lord, boys. I don't know. I've seen so many opinions go both ways on that. Okay, not both ways of whether it should be blamed on Marcus Satterfield. Now, someone with coaching experience, here's what I'm going to tell you. It's on him regardless. I've heard the argument of, well, oh, look, I think Dylan's checking into him. All right, give you a few of those. I'll be real with you, though. When you ain't got no perimeter blocking, it's your job as the offensive coordinator to get to your quarterback. Stop checking into this. And what has bothered me slightly about it is I understand the logic, and I'm not saying that not to throw any screens. I know I kind of joked about that, right? But like, if your only answer to cover zero is a swing pass and a screen, that's your only freaking answer. That's your only check. That's tough. We've talked about this 100 times of like, I mean, shout out to Drake, right? Like quick slants. There's just so many ways we cover zero. We teach here's why I'm so bothered and how I'm almost a little bit speechless is because we teach goddamn high school kids this. We teach high school quarterbacks this. When we got a zero blitz coming, you throw to where the blitz is coming from. You throw to where the pressure is coming from. And I'm not saying never throw a swing pass or a screen pass. Yes, but when our perimeter blocking is admittedly bad, you are at press conferences admitting that the perimeter blocking is bad. Why are we running plays that require perimeter blocking on like a consistent level? Why are we continually doing that? Again, if Dylan's checking into it, guess what? It's your job as the coordinator of the offense to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't care what it is. I want to see some quick slants today. I love to see quick game. I really want to see quick game. I love to be able to catch that snap. Oh, they're blitzing at us right there. The other thing is when our receivers can't get any freaking separation, that's been a problem, right? I was thinking about this today. I talked one of the things I liked about Dylan Raiola. Yes, sir, GBR, baby. One of the things I really like about Dylan was that they haven't had to use a ton of motion to identify the defensive coverage. Yes, sir, I'm going to keep spitting. I'm going to be fired up today. I'm trying to keep it fairly chill because it is like 8:40 in the morning, but hey, we're going to have fun. Something I'd really like to see more of is we're not using that much motion to identify coverages. But hey, when we're having a trouble, especially against man press, getting off of it, let's run some motion. Let's run some goddamn trips bunch too. I'd be loving to see. God, I wonder if I can find this play on YouTube somewhere. We ran this beautiful play at the goal line a couple times last year. It's basically it's not even a pick play, but it's kind of a pick play because if you're running this bunch set, you're almost forcing at least part of the defense to go zone. You're almost forcing it because if you do go man up, you're picking yourself because all you got to do is run two like quick, not slants, but like sits, inside sits. You can just send on a flat route. If you're running man in that, you're screwed. You can't cover it, especially in 3rd and 1 goal line situation down at the 2-yard line. You can't defend it with man. So you'd be forcing literally at least half the field because you can do like half the field running man, the other half running a little bit of match zone. You can run that a little bit, but man, I want to see these trips bunch set. I would like to run, if we ran like a tight, okay, so we've run this dagger concept really well, and I'm a weird guy. I like to just draw shit up sometimes. I would really love to see us run this tight bunch concept and try and kind of run a little bit of a dagger off of it. I feel like there's a lot of potential there. Basically, with that inside guy, that could be a Fedoni, basically just running like a 2 and out. And I know I don't love him going horizontally. That was a big thing I complained about. But to have that as your check down, I think it's a big thing. But the biggest thing I want to see today is I like to see a little bit more motion. And again, it's not, I think Dylan, I've said this before. This is why I'm trying to say this, because if you listen to my content before, you might be a little bit, not confused, but trying to figure out where it's coming from, just because I've always just been like, I like that we haven't ran that much motion. But now that we're identifying that we cannot run man, we cannot beat man press very well, I would love to see more motion to just get that defense running. I'd love to see some yo-yo motion is what it's called. We're going all the way across and cutting right back, confuse the defense a little bit, especially if they're in man. I feel like that's how we could be using Barney or Jalen Lloyd, if we use some like yo-yo motion or just jetting them all the way across and then send them on either a flat or a wheel or just get the defense going. But I love to see if we're in 2nd and 5 and we're actually having a tough time beating man coverage. Hey, a boss wide receiver screens forever. I did say, I know you probably didn't hear it. I did say I'm not forever, but we can't be running it. We can't be running it at the rate we are when we are admittedly saying our perimeter blocking is bad. And that's what's ticking me off. And I said this before in a video I posted to YouTube and Twitter. What's ticking me off about that is we're admitting the perimeter blocking's bad. One, I didn't like where we're like, oh, I need to be, more proactive about it. I can't be reactionary. Holy shit, that's like middle school level coaching stuff. Like, you need to get in front of it. Whatever, take that comment out of it. Why are we continually running plays that require perimeter blocking when we are admitting our perimeter blocking is bad? And again, if you didn't hear it and you're just now tuning in, because my views have kind of gone up since I said this, now we got more people tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. But hold on, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. The biggest thing that's bothering me is I don't care if we're checking into it. When you are the coordinator of the freaking offense, I don't care if it's being checked into. You say, hey, yes, stop calling plays your personnel can't execute on a consistent basis. If I don't care, I keep hearing the argument that is being checked into. Here's what I'm telling you. You're the coordinator of the offense. You got to say, hey, that check's not there today. Here's our cover zero checks. If you only have one, if the only one you have in your playbook, the only cover zero check you have in your playbook is swing passes and screens, I swear, guys, this is like small town bad high school football team. Like, throw where the pressure's coming from. Throw where the pressure's coming from. And again, if you're like, well, we can't because we're having trouble against man, they're running cover zero, they're pressing us up. So I just said, let's run a goddamn trips bunch. You don't have to run it tight. Spread it out a little bit. Run trips bunch. Now you're forcing them to run zone. They're not going to get hands on all three of you because they're not going to be all pressed up. They're going to be in that stagger. That way we broke it down on the channel before. They're going to be staggered up because you can't. Even if you're in zone, if you're all standing at the same level, you're going to end up picking yourself anyway. Take what the defense gives you. If our only check is going to end up being the screen pass, swing passes, we got a problem there. That's I don't know. Honestly, my biggest problem with the offense isn't necessarily just the play calling. I feel like the whole operation's bad, like it's entirely bad. And people hear that and think that's a defensive Marcus Satterfield. It is not. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you'll know it's actually a bigger indictment on him because I'm not just saying, oh, he's a bad play caller. I'm saying no, he's a bad coordinator is what I'm trying to say because the whole offense as a whole looks bad. Um, yes, I think there's some play calling issues that need fixed. Obviously, like the screen passes are a huge issue with that. But I also say, like, how are we this far into the season with the type of team that we have, the type of team that Matt Rule has said we're going to have, and we still haven't really established the run game. How I don't understand that. I don't know. I think EJ needs to be in these 11 personnel sets more. I really like Dowdell running the ball. I love Dowdell running the ball. I love him in like 21, 22 personnel when he's got a lead blocker in front of him. Haven't been a huge fan of just in 11. It's a different ball game. Having that extra blocker in there is huge. I think he really benefits from that. But if you guys have any more comments you would like to talk, the Ohio State game before we kind of move over to UCLA preview and all that. I do have two film breakdowns from last game. Again, they are probably going to reference Gen Red because they're strictly the breakdowns I did for Generation Red. Just because, like I said, I was sick all week. This is why we're doing it as a live stream. So I didn't really have time to record a bunch of different breakdowns. So I got two breakdowns, one offense, one defense. Defensive play is a bad defensive play, but I didn't really plan on that being an ugly one. But then I have a good offensive play I'd like to break down. If you guys have anything you'd like me to discuss before we play the film breakdown, and then move on to UCLA and why I think we're going to end up winning today, let me know. Let me know this when we go live and do these live streams. It to me is all about what you guys want to see and how you guys are feeling today. So I'm gonna start looking, seeing if I have anything that I need to play. Don't have a sponsor today, which hey, I'm not mad about it. All right, before we move on to the film breakdown, make sure you always check out every Monday morning. Check out Mornings with Sharp and Hanley. I'm on there at 8 a.m. every Monday. You guys already know the deal. You guys tune in. You guys have a good time. You guys check out the segments on YouTube. See the YouTube segments on 1620. The Zone does pretty well. So if you guys, why I play these videos, if you guys have comments you would like to hear about the Ohio State game, drop them in. Otherwise, I'm going to play these two little film breakdowns, and then we're going to move on to UCLA. But if you have comments, put them in there, and we'll discuss. But this first play is going to be the defensive play and just kind of some little things I wanted to point out to you guys.
This defensive play right here, I probably could have picked a highlight because we did actually play really well on defense, but I decided to pick a little bit of a low light just to showcase for the audience here on Generation Red how gosh darn important these little things are, how these little steps are, and how they can turn into a huge thing, if that makes any sense. So that's the reason I'm picking a bad play for us, is just to show how important the little things are. This play design by Ohio State, I really liked. They got this zone blocking pass scheme, kind of make it look like zone run because they're going play action. Here's what I want to show you, okay? One, the fact that Isaac Gifford is going to be playing a deep zone here and is still flat-footed, not a good sign against someone as speedy as all of Ohio State's receivers, let's be real, okay? I'll tell you, here's why this play happens the way it does. Look at the way he turns. He just turned the wrong way. I mean, he probably might still give up a big play because he's still flat-footed, but if he just runs with him, near hip, tries to go, I get it. But Isaac Gifford, we say a lot of great things about Isaac Gifford. I don't think his super speed is one of them, right? But literally, he makes the wrong turn, and look at that gap. I mean, look, that's huge. In major college football, that is about as open as you're ever going to see a receiver. Just completely wide open there. It's just the little things. Again, like, I probably could have picked a better play, but I want to show you that, like, when you're breaking these things down, just one little thing flipped. just the way he flipped. It's gone. As soon as he flipped his hips, as soon as he flips his hips that way, Will Howard saw this is going to be a wide open touchdown. Literally, he throws it right away. Look at the huge separation. Beside that, I think we actually covered a lot of the other routes pretty well. But I think he didn't bite on the play action, but his eyes being back here, he should have been backpedaling more and then been ready to take whichever guy goes deep. But he wasn't. And big, long touchdown, so I'll play it in full speed. I know that wasn't the greatest play to break down, but I just want to show you guys that these little tiny things make the biggest difference in major college football. It's what makes a really good defense into a great defense, is not getting beat like that off play action.
There was our defensive play. And again, I just want to say shout out to Ken from Generation Red. Like I said before I started those, these plays came directly from the Generation Red breakdown. So make sure you go check out Gen Red. They do a fantastic job. They're live every Tuesday night. So make sure you go check them out. We're going to hop right into the offensive play. I'll be real with you guys. It's been about a week since I recorded this. I forgot which offensive play I broke down, but I remember it was a positive one. So let's get into it.
Hey, this offensive play right here is honestly, in my mind, pretty dang good, with a little bit of nitpicking in it, okay? But I want to point out how great the offensive line played this. Sometimes the offensive line gets a little bit of flack, I guess, for how they've played. But I want to say they picked up this, like, right at the snap blitz. Like, these two walk up, and then you got this middle linebacker coming hard, right? So 5 linemen, running back. This is how you pick up pass protection right there. Like, that is, hey, as a guy who really likes offensive line play, this was really good. Everyone picks up their man one-on-one. The inside guy coming, running back picks it up beautifully. So this gives Dylan a running lane. I know he kind of whiffed on that, but like that's all you got to do. You're trying to slow that up. Give us a running lane. I got to say, I was impressed by this from Dylan. The reason this opened up is because how man-heavy that they were. Very man-heavy with some deep zones, and that's why we had some of these running lanes, right? So great pickup by the offensive line. Great eyes by Dylan stepping up and then realizing, oh, I got the first down, and I got more. Naor, no block, no rock. Shout out to that podcast, but hey, that's what it's all about. As a former wide receiver tight end coach, I'm all about wide receiver blocking, skill position blocking. My only frustration with this play, Jamal Banks. Jamal Banks. All I'm saying is, dog, you make that block and Dylan Raiola scores. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's nitpicky, I guess. But if I'm Garrett McGuire today, I'm pointing this out. Like, hey, this was a great play. But, dude, you got to make that block. And I know a lot of people have kind of ragged on Jamal Banks for his perimeter blocking this year. So I don't want to pile on. But, hey, look at Dylan switching the ball. Look at that. Look at that. Has the ball in the wrong hand. You never want to have that ball towards the defender because then it's easier for them to punch it out, hit it with the helmet. Stiff arm, fight for extra yards. Dylan's got that dog in him. So I'll play it for you guys full speed. I was very happy with this play. I actually think this is one of my favorite plays of the game just because of how well the offensive line picked it up. But, man, Jamal Banks, we could have scored a tutty. How crazy would that have been? But, hey, it is what it is. Tough block. I get it. Dog.
There we go. There was a film breakdown. Like I said, make sure you go check out Generation Red live every Tuesday night, or just go check it out. So if you guys don't have any more comments, you guys drop in comments about literally whatever you want, and I'll pull it up and discuss it. But for me, I'm going to try and move on to UCLA now. And I don't know about you guys. I'm really feeling a win today. I really am. I feel like today is the day that the curse gets broken, the curse that has been haunting me since I was a junior in high school. I know you guys can make fun of me that I'm a lot younger than some of you guys in the comments, but this curse has been there. I feel like it's time to break it, and today will be the day, which is why before we end the stream, we're going to play the hype video because we've been undefeated whenever I play the hype videos. That's all I'm going to say. So I'd love to hear some of your guys' score predictions in the comments. If you guys have a comment, give me your score prediction for the day. I will reveal mine towards the end. Yeah, I'd love to see some of your guys' score predictions. What do I want to see today? Special teams wise, I want to see us cleanly field a kickoff and not go out of bounds. I'd love to see a field goal or two today. Hopefully, we don't need them. Hopefully, we're in the end zone every time. But hopefully, John Hull is now feeling very good, very confident. Let's see. Do we got one? Ooh, you'll be. Hey, there's a chance I end up over there for a bit. I'm gonna go. I'll be tailgating with Mike Delaware from No Block No Rock. There is a good chance that I end up over because I do want to go stop in lot 10. So there's a chance I see you over there, and I'll try and drag my younger brother with me as well. 2013 Huskers. Yeah, I have seen you predict that. You've been consistent on that. I think I am going to be. I'll reveal mine here in a few minutes, but I do have the Huskers winning. I'll tell you. Yeah, would you like to tell the camera that or no?
Yeah. 24-14, Nebraska.
24-14. That's my younger brother.
We got a kicker now.
Yeah, we got a kicker now, so we can we've got an operation. So we got 24-14 coming from my brother.
He's got some confidence. I think he'll hit a 48-yarder today.
There you go. I love the confidence. I love the confidence. 48-yarder. That's an oddly specific prediction that everyone does them now. So yeah, shout out to my brother for letting me do this live stream in his apartment right now. That's where we're sitting here. He has a great view. I know I say this every time I'm live here, but I'm literally looking at Memorial Stadium right now. It's a great place to be. So, yeah, I do think that I should head over to Lot 10 at some point today. And there is no place like Nebraska. You're dang right. There is no place like Nebraska. This place is one of a kind. Just being in Lincoln on game day is something special. It's very special. So I'm trying to think on what we could mention about UCLA. Oh, special teams. I told you I want to see us maybe hit some field goals or whatnot and feel good about that. Defensive wise, I want to see us play like we did against Ohio State because I don't think not that I don't think. I know that UCLA does not have the type of receivers that Ohio State does. So I feel good about that. I don't feel like we're going to get beat deep as often, or, I don't think we're going to give up big explosive plays. I could be wrong on that, and someone could play this clip and think I'm a moron, but that's just my personal feeling about it, as I feel I just feel pretty confident with saying we're not going to be giving up the big plays. I think the defense is going to come out there and play with their hair on fire. I think they're going to come out playing at an instinctual level again. I'd love to see us be able to – here's what I'll say in the difference of game plans. Here's what I wanted to tell you guys. We got to see them 2 weeks in a row. And against Indiana, when I went back and rewatched that game a couple times, I realized I think we tried so hard to stop their pass. We were lining up to stop their passing game, right? We were giving up our run gap integrity because we were, instead of playing to our strength, which Nebraska's strength of the defense has been, you are not going to run the football on us. You are not going to run the football on us. Well, against Indiana, they came out so worried, right? They came out so worried about getting beat deep with the passing game that we gave up some of the gap integrity. We gave up just the run coverage, and that's how we ended up getting burnt. So I think Tony White came. I think when we're talking about some of the dumb things we did schematically, I think it has something to do with some of the personnel, or hey, we're bailing this guy out, or this guy's going to be the force player, but he's coming from 6 yards instead of having a guy right up at the line. So I think that's actually some of the things we did against Ohio State. I mean, I don't know, just me watching from afar, just watching the game. I feel like we decided Ohio State, you may beat us, but you are not going to run the football on us. You will not be running the football on us today. That's kind of how I feel, how it happened, and I feel very confident with that. I feel very confident with that, and I think that's going to be the game plan coming into the day. It's like, hey, no matter what ends up happening, we're the goddamn black shirts, and you are not going to be running the football down our throat. You're going to have to try and throw the ball, and we feel confident with our pass defense. I think I feel confident with the pass defense today. Offensive wise. All right, I feel like this is where things could go on, and I'll try not to ramble on too long. But offensive wise, we've got to establish the run game. Play to your players' strength. I don't want to see 12, 10 screen passes today. I don't. I'm not saying never run them. I know my views keep going up, so people probably didn't watch at the beginning. I'm not saying don't run them at all. Because if you are going to send a man blitz, that is a way to beat it. Throw a couple, 3. But when we are admittedly having no perimeter blocking, and again, I hear the talk of it's being checked into. I think, sure, I'll even tell you, if it is, it does not matter to me. And they won't try and run. Yes, I do agree. But I mean, every team in the Big Ten is going to at least have to try and run the football, and it's not going to happen today. And I feel like if we sell out our schematically to stop the pass like we did for Indiana, that's when we're going to end up giving rushing yards. You know what I mean? Like, Indiana should not have been able to run the football on us the way that they did. And I think a big part of that was schematically because we were giving up things on the back end and our gap integrity of the defense was not well. All I'm saying, I agree with what you're saying. All I'm saying is Tony White is not going to let that happen today. If UCLA wants to even attempt to run the football today, even if they only hand it off 10 to 15 times, it's going nowhere today. That's how I feel. I think Tony White's not going to let that happen today. They're not going to let that happen. If they run the ball 10 times, I think the goal is they're going to have 10 yards, 15 yards on it. I feel very confident. And it is going to come down to the back end. That's what makes me a little bit nervous. But I feel like we just match up well with them. I feel like we match up well. I think the only thing that beats Nebraska today, I think this is going to right for some deep philosophical talk. The only thing that beats Nebraska today could be Nebraska. That's how I feel. The only team that's beaten Nebraska today would be Nebraska. If Nebraska can come out and play their game, play to their strengths, especially offensively, I'm much more worried about the offense. They play to their strengths today. Nebraska could easily go out there and win this game. And I think they have the ability to win it handily. I don't think they're going to win it handily. But I think they have the ability to win it handily, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's making any connections there. I think they have the ability to win by a couple scores, but I'm not quite sure just because of this offense. I'm not loving what I see from the offense, and we're not playing to our team's strengths. We got to establish this inside run game, and I'm tired. I cannot believe that we are 8 games into the year and we still don't have this is our bread and butter plays. That's what's bothering me about this Marcus Satterfield-led offense. Is obviously the play calls aren't great, but holy cow, how are we 8 games in? And it's like to me in the run game, it seems like we're just throwing concepts out there and seeing what sticks, seeing what works. That's just my outside view. I could be wrong. That's just how I'm feeling. It's just that I feel like we're just throwing a whole bunch of concepts out there, seeing what hits, seeing what lands. And I don't love it. We got to have our bread and butter. It's like, hey, it's, 3rd and 2. What are we running here? 2nd and whatever. Like we need to have our bread and butter concepts. I want to see quick game today. I need to see quick game today. I need to see it. I'm not saying never throw it, but I don't want every time that we see blitz, catch it and throw. That high school level is past that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if it's checked into. It is your job as the coordinator of the offense to not let your quarterback check into the same play. I'll tell you, I don't think Dylan Rail is checking into it by himself every time. I really don't. I really, really don't. Yeah, their run defense. Yeah, for sure. They have 2 like NFL caliber defensive linemen. So they definitely have a decent run defense. They have a good run defense. They're giving up yards in the air. This is the game where I want to see us line up in some bunch sets, run up. Here's the deal. If the blue plant the blueprint. Wow, that was a bad miss. The blueprint to beat Nebraska offense right now is to run a lot of man press, right? That is where, as a coaching, I'd love to see more bunch. I'd love to see more tight bunch. I'd love to see more man beaters. I'd love to see more motion. I'd love to see more yo-yo motion where he's coming back. Why do we not have these man beaters in? And if they decide that they're going to run a bunch of zone, I don't think they will, just because of how teams have been showing to slow down this offense. But if they decide to run zone, Dylan Raiola has shown the ability, especially as a young player. And I know we haven't seen it a ton recently, but it's because we're not seeing a ton of like layered zones. Dylan can layer his throws so well that if they decide to run zone, I feel so confident with that. But if they decide to run what every other team's running and try and run man and try and run blitz, man, this is where we need to come out and have our man beaters. And I want to see these more bunch sets. I want to see, we haven't ran this dagger concept out of the bunch. I'd love to see it out of there. I know we usually run it out of 2x2. So, hey, it is what it is, but I'd love to see it in like a trips bunch. Not even a tight bunch. Let's throw them out there. But sorry. But what I was saying was earlier, if you didn't check it out, is just having being in this bunch set, you're forcing at least half of the defense there to play zone. And they're going to be staggered because if they're all lined up at the same line, you're picking yourself no matter what ends up happening. So they're going to be in that stagger. They're probably going to have someone at 6 and then someone right up in the middle guy, right? So here's how I would end up trying to do this is they're going to have to be running zone. So you're already got that because if they run man, you're picking yourself. All you got to do is 2 inside sits, literally just 2 inside steps and sit. Fedoni or whoever you want that, just a big-bodied guy. Run to the flat, wide open. I know we don't love the horizontal passes, but if they're going to be running man-to-man press in a bunch set, then I'll take the horizontal passes all day because, I mean, we're just one broken tackle away from scoring a large touchdown, right? I want to see more bunch sets. I want to see more quick slants. I want to see more stick concepts today. Our quick game is there. That's what's just bothering me with this with the screen passes is just that, like, how is that our only cover zero beater that we're calling? It's just high school level stuff of like throw to where the pressure's coming from. There won't be a guy there if they're running cover zero. Hey, this outside linebacker's blitzing. Let's throw a freaking quick slant right where he's coming from. It's a free 6 yards. That's a free 6 yards or more, depending on what we get, how bad we beat it. And again, if it's, we're having trouble beating the press, we're having trouble beating when they get their hands on us, that's fine. I agree. We're not getting a ton of separation. You know what you need to do, though? Run your man beaters, run the motion, run the yo-yo motions. I know I sound like a broken record here, but it's shit we're not doing right now. It's a simple fix. I know I'm oversimplifying it. I'm not going to act like it's, just as easy as me just saying it. But like, we're not even trying to run the easy stuff is what's bothering me. Our thing is, we're going to throw a screen. Okay, throw 2 or 3. We don't need to run 10 of them. If our perimeter blocking was better, here's the thing is if our perimeter blocking was good and last week was just an anomaly, I'd say, you know what it is. Like, it just didn't work out. Players got to execute. But when we are admitting, we're going to press conferences and admitting, this isn't just like, all the fans are saying this. Like, no, this came out of your mouth. The perimeter blocking is not good. So let's keep running plays that require perimeter blocking. What are we doing? It's almost as if like, hey, man, I wish we had a guy on our staff who was in charge of the offense, right? And like he only focused on the offense and like it's almost like he could coordinate it, right? Oh, we do. We have an offensive coordinator. And how about we coordinate it properly? That's what's bothering me, man. It's not, I don't know. I know I'm being a little bit of a crybaby and just kind of ranting here, but I'm just frustrated with what I see. I've defended pretty much every coach on the staff quite a bit. I've even been an Ed Foley defender for a big chunk of the season. Now, there's some things that I can't lie to you guys. There's no defending it, but I've tried my best. Because I do love this coaching staff. I think they're all really good people. But it's hard to defend some of this stuff, man. It is. It's really hard. If you guys have any score predictions, throw them in. Otherwise, here in, I don't know, a few minutes, we're probably going to get ready to wrap this up so I can go out there and tailgate and have a good time today. Nebraska is going to win a football game today. My score prediction for the day, I am going Nebraska 24, UCLA 13. I feel good. I feel confident with it. It could be a really close game, is what it is, but I feel like we're going to get this monkey off our back today. And I know I didn't have like anyone listening in the beginning of the stream when I said this, so I'm going to say it again. I'm going to look into my camera, and 27-14, I like it. I like it. I'm going to look in my camera today and say this. No matter what happens today, I will be over there in Memorial Stadium, and I know today I'm going to cry. I am going to cry today. But this is either going to be sad and pissed off tears again, or it's going to be happy tears, because for the first time since I was a junior in high school, we make a bowl game. Today is going to be the day that we break the bowl streak. Today is the day that Nebraska just gets the freaking monkey off our back. Today is the day. I feel that with every ounce of my heart. Today is going to be the day. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to go win a football game. I feel it. I've felt it all week. Today's going to be the day. So like I said, I know I'm going to end up crying today. I just don't know if it's happy or sad tears yet. I don't even know. I don't know how it's going to feel either way. I don't know if I'll – today's going to be one that if we lose today is going to hurt way worse than any of the other losses this year. Be real. If we win today, it's going to feel pretty much as good as any win that we've had. Colorado felt really good, I'll be real, but sweet. You'll be the lot 10 around. Sweet. I'll be over there at some point. I just don't know when, but I will make sure to see you. We're going to go out and tailgate, and I don't really think we'll kind of be – I don't know. I know I'm going to tailgate with Mike Dillard today. I'm going to have my brother with me. He's 22-year-old brother. He'll be with me. We're going to be Roman Lincoln tailgating and having a great time, getting ready to cheer on a win. That's how I feel. If anyone has any other score predictions, you can throw them in here, but we're going to kind of get ready to slowly start wrapping this up. I'm not a good live stream person just because sometimes I just kind of start ranting and rambling. But I feel like this has been a pretty good time. I enjoy you guys all for popping in here. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoy doing these live streams. I do. One of the plans for the BA Coaches Show eventually is to start being a live stream show that we go, quite often. Yes, sir. Go Big Red! Feel really good about it. I feel really good about today. It's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. But, yeah, I enjoy doing these live streams, and I think I need to start doing these live streams more often because they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to get ready to play the hype video, and we're going to get out. We're going to get out of here, and we're going to go cheer on the Cornhuskers and have a great day. Just remember, if you're watching this, it's a great day to have a great day. And the black shirts are going to come out to play today. Let's have ourselves a day offensively. Today's going to be the day. Let's sling the ball around. It's going to be a little bit cold, but hey, man, this is Nebraska. Let's go play Nebraska Cornhusker football. Let's do this.
But there ain't no victims here. If we die, we die.
Come on, running boys, don't you hear that noise like the thunder in the sky? How it rolls along in a good old song from the sons of Nebraska. Now it's coming near with the rising cheer that will sweep all foes away. So it's all offense, we are bound to win, and we're going to win today. In the days of old, Johnny Bender gold would just take that ball. tassel on the corn. You can hear it grow in the evening glow, or the hush of early morn. In the state so fair, 'tis the very air that inspires us with a zest. That in any fray we will not dismay, but we'll do our level best. For Nebraska and the scarlet, for Nebraska and the cream, though they go through many battles, our colors still are seen. And so in contest and in victory, we will wave them for the team. And we'll always stir a corn husker, the scarlet and the cream. For Nebraska and the scarlet, for Nebraska and the cream, though they go through many battles, our colors still are seen. And so in contest and in victory, we will wave them for the team. And we'll always stir a corn husker, the scarlet and the cream.